I know a lot about them. I played against them a lot of times, and I just know the best feeling is winning against them, actually.
Okay, let's hope for that tomorrow. Alex, what do you know? Do you know many players from Vålerenga?
Yeah, I know almost every people in that in and around the team, both players and staff. So yeah, it's like Tuva said, we played against them many times before. Yeah, so we just need to try to do what we did back in the days when we were in Scandinavia and try to beat them again. So it's, but it's a good team and it's a good people, and we're looking forward to welcome them to campus.
So if I may ask, how often did you beat them?
To be honest, I don't know. I just know that we lost one time, and that was the World Cup final. That was the only time I remember we lost against them when we were there.
Okay. So let's start with the journalists' questions. Please raise your hand if you have any. Christian Stuve.
Yes, hello. Maybe a question for both of you. Maybe you can give us some more information about the team, and is it special for you to play against them, to welcome them here in Munich?
Yeah, about the team. You're thinking about their team or our team?
About Vålerenga.
About Vålerenga, yeah. No, it's a very well organized team. I think they will make it difficult for us. I think there's a lot of things that we can go into the depth of how they play and all of these things. I don't think that is the most interesting thing. But if I put if I'm going to put them in a level that would be a good, I think they would be fine in the Bundesliga, do well in the Bundesliga if they were competing against. I would have well qualified people around, very professional setup from in a Scandinavian perspective, and yeah, they also stayed together now for a couple of years, and I always say that this is the key to get progress, and they have got progress, like we said a little bit in the start of this. A couple of years ago, I think I don't think the fact says that Brann was by far the best team in Norway when a couple of years back when we played also or coached there, and then there had been a lot of a situation in Brann where people left, and two of them are here, and but also to other clubs in Europe, and in that moment I think that Vålerenga overcame Brann and has done a very, very solid season this season, and won the league really, really clear, and also in the cup final. So we play against a team that's not used to losing. They have this in their blood, and that is sometimes a little bit the same with us. When you have this habit of winning, and then it's easier to do that again and again. So no, it's a high quality team, and very well organized, which many of the Scandinavian teams are. So they will make it difficult for us. And good players, one who played in Germany before, the striker Karina Sevik, who was in Wolfsburg, is doing a really, really good season for them. Yeah, so they have quality players on the pitch, and a quality structure, organization, and like I said, they're good people, and they come from a good schooling of organizing teams. So I think it's going to be a difficult game, but it is Champions League. It's supposed to be difficult.
Tuva, anything to add?
That was a lot. No, it's going to be a bit special, of course, since it's Norwegians, but they're a good team, and we need to be on our best if we're actually going to beat them.
Then Adriana Behrens.
Hello everyone. I have a question specifically to Tuva. You personally have had a great season so far, I believe. You're getting much more playing time, have become an important part of the team, especially with your versatility in defense, now with quite a few injuries in the team. In what ways do you think you have improved over the past year? What did you notice for yourself?
I think it helps training with good players every single day and develop. And of course, coaches, staff, everyone around helps you to be the best player you can be. So I think it also helps a lot to play, of course. It's developing, playing matches week in, week out, and it's a lot of games. So I'm just happy where I'm at the moment and hope it continues.
Gibt's weitere Fragen? Christian.
Yes, another question for both of you. It's the third game in 8 days. How exhausting is this? And is the team maybe a bit tired at this point of the season?
You can say what you want.
No, I said enough. The reality is this, and the future will be like this. And if you want to be at this level, and if so I think if you're tired or not, it is what it is. The reality is that we play these games, and the reality is our context and where we are, and of course you all can see that it's an adapting phase also for our club and our team to be able to comprehend and handle this many games from a fitness level, and so we need to adjust things and we're working hard on that from the outside. But it is, I would say it like this: it is. It shows the world is getting smaller. Some people saying. I think it's also when we look at the European football and also in Germany and the Bundesliga, which is a very exciting league, I must say, because the level is getting closer. It's easier to get better fast when you are mid-table and you are at the top club. So I think it's getting closer. We see that in our games. It's tighter also in the Bundesliga. It's than it was 2 years ago, my first season here. And you also see it in different areas of European football. I think that sometimes I think you will get a little bit of these phases where the clubs, the best clubs that are competing in all competitions, that you will have phases of a season where it's a little bit tough and it's a little bit hard for the teams that compete in all of these tournaments, and I think, and also have a lot of national team players, and I think that I've reflected a lot about this because you see it not only you see it in men's football. I think Manchester City has 4 games with lost the last 4 games, and they're maybe the best team in Europe. And you see in Real Madrid, you see a lot of these things comes into consideration with everything, because injuries happen, fatigue happen. Games happen, and then you have an advantage in this period when you are not involved in every competition, when you can play every weekend instead of every 3 days over a period of time. But anyway, I think in the future we will always want to be where we are. We always want to be competing in these competitions. We always want to be counted for, and we need to show up, and we need to do these things. But it's also an adaptation phase, and I think that it's very complex. But I will not use excuses and for tired and whatever. This is what we just need to adapt to. It's not about maybe it is something like that. But if you want to play for teams that wants to compete in all competitions, we just need to adapt to it, and we need to adjust. But it is a learning process also for teams with all of these games and with the national team games coming up, because it is things that changes the context also for us at some part. We have been, if I talk for us, it's like we were fantastic. And we are still, but sometimes you get games that are a little bit off, and then it's important to try to find ways to win those games also, because it's impossible to ask of the players and the club that we are going to be fantastic. Even though you guys expect us to win 5-0 every game and win the treble and all of these things, this is not reality. I'm talking about reality. So reality is not like that. We are human beings, and we need to help these players to try to get in the best way every time they step onto the pitch. But and we need to respect everything else. But I think when you talk about tired, and it's a long answer to your question, but I think it's very important sometimes to understand contexts, because sometimes we find simple answers to very complex questions, and this is a complex situation. But you cannot use an excuse. We want to be here. We want to compete. If not, we can all pack together our stuff and go home, and then we can rest tomorrow. But we want to be there again, and we want to be there next weekend, and we want to be there the weekend. And we try to get better. We try to force ourselves to get better on this. Thank you, Christian, for listening.
So maybe. Okay, Kilian Medele, Bayerischer Rundfunk, bitte.
Yeah, I have also one question for the coach. It seems like that the away game against Arsenal might not take place in the Emirates because the League Cup match of the male team was rescheduled. What is your opinion about this?
Again, it's far away in the future. So, but I know, yeah, you're right, and I think it's very unfortunate that it comes now. To be honest, and I think it's also a very complex thing, and we'll not go into just as long answers that they just had, but you need to understand that when we have the drawings of the league and the venues and the times, everything is arranged. Our club booked travel flights, charter. We fly in that. We have hotels. We have a lot of people traveling, and then you are able to make a change like that in this competition, which is the peak of female football and football in general. Is the Champions League. That it can happen. I think it's unfortunate, and I understand that it is a context also for Arsenal that is not that easy. And we will looking forward to the game in just before Christmas in London, and we will play it if they want to play it in a car park or if they want to play it in the Emirates or wherever. We will be there and we will compete, and that is what we can focus on. But so I hope it's going to be good. I know that it's going to be good when we play them in December.
Vielleicht ja eine Info noch ergänzend, die wichtig für alle Fans ist, die auch mitreisen werden. Haben wir aber letzte Woche auch schon kommuniziert, das Datum steht nicht zur Disposition. Also es wird am angesetzten Tag gespielt, was mit Sicherheit wichtig ist für jene, die vielleicht einen Flug oder Hotel auch gebucht haben, die uns privat unterstützen wollen, die jetzt nicht zu unserem Staff-Team gehören. Genau. Und ansonsten versuchen wir so schnell wie möglich von der UEFA und von Arsenal Informationen zu bekommen und teilen diese dann natürlich. Wir warten aber im Moment selber noch. Genau. Maybe one question I got via email for you, Tuva. How much confidence does it give you to have won the first two matches against top teams like Juve and Arsenal from AZ?
I mean, it means a lot. We come with more confidence, and I think we just believe in each other when we play as well. We want the best from each other, and you can always see how we are as a group. I think it's something special, and I know for sure that it's not everywhere else. So I think we just need to believe in each other and believe we can play like we did in the other two games, and then it's going to be a good game.
And also for you, Alex, when you analyzed the games from Vålerenga against Juve and Arsenal, what have you seen?
No.
Great question.
Okay. No, I will try to be short again. I'm sorry, I'm not my best qualities to give short answers. But no, it's against Juventus. I actually think they deserve to get a point, and at least a point. They could also win the game against Juventus at home. Against Arsenal. Arsenal is a great team, and to play at the Emirates against Arsenal away was maybe a task a little bit too big at that moment. And Arsenal came out of a couple of games. They lost against us in the first game, so it would be very important for them to get these 3 points in that home game against Vålerenga. And I think that they were a little bit better. But there were parts in that game also in the start of the second half where Vålerenga threatened and they scored. Went to 2-1, they get back to 2-1. But what I think, they will be brave, and they have both teams. They were very well organized, and so when they play against Arsenal or Juventus and play against maybe big names, big players, they are very good to make 2 + 2 become 5, if you understand what I mean. It's like you get the organization of the team to be more than each individual players in the team. So yeah, it's a high quality work that my friends are doing over there, and it's a good team. But of course we want to challenge them here at home tomorrow.
And we've got one more question in the chat from SED. Franziska Breininger. To the coach, how is Lea Schiller after her head injury? Is she fit for tomorrow?
No, she is out for tomorrow. Hopefully she will be ready in a couple of days. Tomorrow is a little bit too early.
Genau, aber vielleicht kleine Entwarnung. War nicht so schlimm, wie es aussah. Adriana.
Discuss question. Do you have any updates on the squad, especially concerning Magdalena Eriksson, who got injured in the last game, and also any updates on Jovana Damjanovic or Sidney Lohmann?
Yeah, it is. We have a fantastic players who's not a fantastic team that's not are available at the moment. Jovana will also a little bit like Lea. She's getting closer, and the same with Sydney, but it's a little bit too early. Tomorrow we cannot take any risks with them. Magda, we do a test tomorrow. We just came off the training pitch and she trained parts of the training today. We need to test her again tomorrow morning. So she could be an option, but Jovi and Sid, it's a little bit too soon.